Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 5 of McGee's Super Sluggers League. Today, we have 4 brilliant matchups for you. We're going to be kicking things off with the Monsters and the Knights momentarily. Before we do that, though, there's been some trade talk in between the last week and now, and we actually had our first finalized trade between managers of the league, and that was the Spitballs sent over Diddy Kong to the Wilds, and the Wilds sent Brown Critter to the Spitballs. Just a simple 1-for-1. Spitballs looking for a little bit more power in their lineup for some more of that hitting prowess. And the Wilds looking for a secondary pitcher and that chemistry with the DK family. So, I think both teams probably looking happy coming out of it. We'll see how it holds up today as we get a first look at these 2 new rosters. But in reality, they are still very similar rosters. Not much has changed. Both of them have changed up their batting order a little and their fielding positions slightly to account for this trade. But aside from that, nothing really new going on. Our first game today is going to be on Mario Stadium. And we will see the Knights try and take down the Monsters to get their first win of the season. We're going to kick right into it because I don't feel like waiting. I'm just going to make sure that this is actually fucking live because I realize I never actually check, and sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, we're chilling. We're living the dream. Game 1. Starting out of the day. We're going to be seeing the Monsters starting out on defense, so we can see some more of Bowser's deadly pitching. I think he had 3 strikeouts in there last week, which is absurdly impressive. One of the other things we've seen so far between these teams is, as I was saying, the Knights are yet to have their first win of the season. They're going to be looking for that today. The Monsters have been a very middle-of-the-pack team so far. So they're 2-2. So this is fully doable. It's not like the Knights are going up against a powerhouse like the Muscles or the Flowers. But I don't think the Monsters are by any means slack-offs. That being said, we do have 2 singles to lead off the game, which puts Baby Daisy in scoring position. And Denise is going to follow it up with a single of his own. Actually, that's going to be a double as that Boo makes it sneak by Koopa-Trooka. The buddy throw will come out. Is it in time to get Baby DK? Yes, it is, but the throw is not coming, and the throw will come in time, and they do find the out. But still, the Knights find their first run on the board, and that will open up the scoring for week 5 from an RBI double from Denise. Now we have the 2 captains here facing off. Still a runner in scoring position for Luigi. He's going to be charging up, looking to make good contact there, and that he will, but it will be caught by Green Bones in that outfield to get that second out of the inning. Honestly, so far this is a great start. A wonderful start for this Knights team, and it keeps getting better as that is an RBI single coming out from Toadsworth with that star hit. It's great to see their bats flying today. Now with 2 outs and 1 runner on first, Toad is going to have to do a lot of work. Actually, this Knight squad is going to have to do a lot of work to keep this inning alive, but it will not happen as Blue Bones easily snags that one as it's hit right into his glove. And the Monsters will escape the inning. That being said, they do give up 2 runs, which means they're going to need some offensive pressure here to get back into this game. We've seen that the Knights struggle offensively, so getting them some runs early may help them try and pull out a win here. That being said, Greenbones will get on base, looking to try and minimize this run. That will only be a single as he neglects to push for second there. He's been one of the most consistent leadoff hitters in this league. Green Koopa Troopa now up to the plate. He is very 50-50. He's either double play balled or got on and pushed the runners. And it looks like we're going to be back at the double play ball, and it will do just that as Green Koopa Troopa hits right into Toadsworth's glove for an easy double play. Blue Bones now looking to get on to get a runner on for Bowser, and he will do just that as that comes down into left field with a nice line drive, and that puts a runner on for Bowser. We know how deadly he can be. Doesn't even need the runner in scoring position because you know he wants this big home run shot, and that's good contact, but it will not get all the way deep. The boo does not come, which means Blue Bones is only going to be able to advance to third. However, we do have runners on the corners for Dry Bones. Been one of the more consistent batting pieces in this lineup. And he is going to crush one right away. Will that stay fair? No, it will not. That would have been a massive home run for this Monsters side. Instead, he will get one down into center field, and that will be run on the board for this Monsters side. They have cut this Knights lead down to 1 here in the bottom of the first. Now Hulk Hogan with another opportunity to drive in some runs. He still has Bowser on second, but it will take a little bit of work. Anything into the outfield is better here. As you go down the infield, you're going to run into issues. And Blue Yoshi will not be able to make the grab. He does not try and jump. Bowser's going to head all the way home. And despite his slow stature, he will find the run. And that is a 2-2 ball game. Boo gonna be our next opportunity to see a run coming in here, as he's gonna hit one into right field, and that will land fair. Dry Bones will not try and push it all the way home, but that does mean the bases are loaded for Goomba. One of the two weakest hitters in this lineup. We'll see if he's able to drive home any runs here. That ball's going to get over top of Blue Yoshi, and that looks like it's going to be a 2 RBI shot, maybe even a 3, depending on how long this takes, but the buddy throw will come out in time, which means instead we just have a 2 RBI double, but that increases the lead to 4-2 for this Monsters roster, and their offense is flying today, with their only 2 outs coming from a double play from Green Koopa Troopa. Green Paratroopa now, the by far worst batter on this roster, and he will hit directly into Toadsworth, which will end the inning. However, they do get 4 runs on the board first, which brings them back into the lead going into the top of the second. We'll see if the Knights are able to keep their offensive streak here going. They are going to find a first leadoff hit, and the POW comes out, but Matt does not opt to go for 2. He decides to stay safe and stay on base. That puts him in double play position here for Baby Mario. And right as I say that, it almost was, but the fireball made it out in time to let Matt get back to first. And honestly, if you're the Knights here, I think you consider that a big win, as you avoid that double play ball. The star pitch coming out here from Bowser, gonna guarantee that first strike. And right after that, a diving grab made by Dry Bones, and this time Matt will not be able to get back to base, and that will do it for the inning just like that. We are on to the bottom of the second. Green Bones once again going to be leading off, as we made it the entirety of the order in that bottom of the first. He is going to crush one here, but it looks like that's going to drift foul, and that it will. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to swing here, and he will do just that, but Baby Mario will easily make the snag to find that first out of the inning. Green Koopa Troopa now trying to get something going here in the bottom of the second. And that's good contact. That's all the way back to the warning track, but it will not make it out of the park, and Baby Mario will secure another easy snag to get that second out of the inning. Blue Bones was the first run that made it all the way home for this Monsters roster, and he will look to try and get that going again as he finds his way onto base. And giving Bowser an opportunity to make something happen. Star pitch coming out from Luigi. Will Bowser swing? Yes, he will. And that is not the pitch you want to swing at, as Toadsworth is able to make the play and find that third and final out of the inning. A much better defensive inning here in the second. But the Knights still down 2. They're going to need to make something happen on the offensive side, and we'll see what that can be. We're back to the top of the order now as Baby Daisy is our leadoff hitter. Good contact again, but it's going to drift way too far foul, and that does not give it an opportunity. Now in an 0-2 hold, the start pitch coming out. That's going to be likely the strikeout as Baby Daisy has swung way too early, and that will be the first out of the inning and the first strikeout of the game. Baby DK going to find a nice shot into the outfield. Not going to try and push that for 2, and he will just take his single. Denise now up to the plate. He's going to make good contact again, and that should be a double as he makes it all the way to second as that ball drifts all the way to the warning track, and Baby DK is sitting on third. There's once again 2 runners in scoring position for Luigi. We've seen them have this battle already once this game. And a star pitch going to be coming out to lead this one off, as that will find the first strike. However, he will not go for another, but it is hit right into Dry Bones' glove, and that will be a double play ball. And Luigi is going to regret that when heading back to the dugout. However, he is back on the mound. He's already showing signs of exhaustion here. Drybone's going to be our leadoff hitter this time, and he's going to get a nice single into left field here. It will not get past the outfielders, though, so he's not able to push it for 2. Hulk Hogan, he already has an RBI single on the day. We'll see if he's able to find anything else here. That will be caught by Blue Yoshi, and that will turn into a double play as Dry Bones is unable to make it back into first in time. Boo is now up to the plate, and he will ground one right into Blue Yoshi again, and that will do it for the inning. 2 defensive stances here from this Knights and Monsters roster. The pitching sorted itself out here in the second and third and has really closed up, given up significantly less hits. Toadsworth is going to be caught swinging at that first one. The pow will come out, but it will not be in time, which means it's a simple ground out for Dry Bones. Toad going to make, once again, almost got over the top of Dry Bones, but he will snag that one away, and that is 2 up, 2 down. Just like that. Matt coming up to the plate now. He's going to make good contact, and that will sneak by into the outfield. The bomb will once again come a little bit too late, which means he's unable to push it for 2. Baby Mario will find something up the middle here, and that'll sneak by as Blue Bones is unable to make the diving play, which means there is now 2 runners on for Blue Yoshi with an RBI chance, as he does have a runner in scoring position. He's going to charge and make good contact. That's going to land fair into the outfield, and that's going to send Matt home. The bomb doesn't come in time to try and push that for 2 more runs instead of 1, but that will still be an RBI single for Blue Yoshi as he hits a nice line drive down that left field foul line. Baby Daisy, the leadoff hitter for this Knights roster, is going to be looking for something here, and that is a shot into left field, and will find the gap, and that will be another RBI. with runners still in scoring position at second and third. This is a tie ball game, folks. We are completely back to even. Bowser's going to be tired here. He's going to stay on the mound for at least one more batter. We'll see if he tries to use up some of these start pitches before he leaves the mound for good. Baby Donkey Kong is going to make good contact there, but he'll drift foul, unable to find that same line drive as Blue Yoshi. And this is a start pitch. Baby Donkey Kong swinging way too early. And that is another strikeout for Bowser. That's why you leave that man on the mound when you're in a pinch. He's the guy you trust. Yeah, he gave up 2 runs there, but he's able to get them out of a jam, potentially giving up 2 more. And that puts Luigi back on the mound here in the bottom of the 4th. Goomba's going to lead off with a single. Luigi still showing that he is tired. He wants to leave the mound, but he is staying out there for now. Showing bunt here is Green Paratroopa. Goomba is not trying to steal with it. Maybe it's a bunt and run, but with 2 missed bunts, this will likely turn into a full swing, and it will do just that, but it will go right to Luigi, who's able to turn to second in time and find the double play. Greenbones here getting a shot into the outfield. He finds himself a single. We'll see if Green Koopa Troopa here is able to keep this going. He's down an 0-2 hole with 2 outs on the board right now. He will, however, make good contact, but that should be a simple grab for Matt as he easily gobbles that one up, and that will be it for the 4th inning. We are a completely tie ball game here, and Bowser is going to be taken off the mound already. That means Boo comes out as the first relief pitcher for this Monsters side. Denise going to be the leadoff hitter. He makes good contact, but that's going to be snagged by Green Koopa Troopa as the fireballs do not make it there in time. Luigi now going to find something down into center field, and that will be the first hit of Boo's pitching. Toadsworth up to the plate now. Going to once again find something through this gap in the middle. Luigi's going to try and push this for third, and he will do just that, which means there's runners on the corners here for Toad, and a great scoring opportunity trying to pick off Luigi, but Luigi didn't even lead off. He was just standing there on the bag. That is a ground ball. The POW is going to come out, which allows Toad to make it there safe and prevents the double play, which means Luigi's able to make it home, and that is a lead now for the Knights. Wonderful item usage by Matt to secure a run there, and he will follow it up with a hit of his own that pushes Toad all the way to third and brings about another scoring opportunity here for the Knights as Baby Mario heads up. Steal is the sign here, and now Toad has to run all the way back. He will make it back in time, which allows Matt to advance to second. The steal is once again coming out. The bunt comes here. The shell is going to miss, but also hit Baby Mario. Oh no. That is not what you want to see happen if you are the Knights. They go for the squeeze play and trust that that green shell will help get it done. But instead, the green shell hits over Baby Mario and does not even make contact with Boo. We are back to the bottom of the 5th now with the Monsters being trailing by 1. That ball will be caught by Matt just barely. Luigi still showing he's tired, but he is staying on the mound. Maybe Bowser can take control of this situation and drill one here, and he's looking to do just that. Will the buddy jump come in time? Yes, it will, but it will not be high enough. And Bowser with a solo shot to tie up this ball game at 5 apiece. Immediately, the Knights are punished for leaving Luigi in the game. And now they're going to learn that, okay, maybe we should take the guy out if he's just that tired, which puts Toadsworth on the mound. Dry Bones going to be looking for something here, and he will find something down into left field. Gets a runner on for Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan going to look off that first slow pitch down the middle. He does have an item following him up with Boo. We'll see if that's able to amount to anything. Blue Yoshi will make the snag, but the tongue catch delays it enough that Dry Bones is able to securely get back to first. However, 2 outs on the board now, and Boo comes up to bat. Once again, looking off a slow pitch down the middle. Big charge here from Boo, but the ball will drift foul. Another big charge on that sky ball, and instead it will result in a ground ball right to Luigi to end the inning. We are going into the 6th with a 5-5 ball game. I feel like I've seen too many 5-5 ball games recently. With that Blue Jays Dodgers World Series game last night that went to 18 innings at 5-5. I really hope the score changes soon, because it will make me lose my mind. I was very sad going to sleep last night, I can tell you that for sure. Baby Daisy looking to make something happen with this Blue Yoshi leadoff, and that will get down into center field. That should be able to be pushed for a double as Baby Daisy makes it all the way to second, and Yoshi will hold off at third. Not given the sign to push that for home. Baby DK. Once again, another pickoff attempt here for the Monsters, but the runner never even left the mound. And this time, it's a close play at the mound. They decided to throw home, and Blue Yoshi will secure the run. Instead of throwing to first or third, trying to turn a double play, they went for the home to prevent the run, and it did not work out, which means there's still runners on the corners with no outs, and the lead has been handed over to the Knights. A ground ball here, the POW comes out, but it will not hit the ground, and instead will result in a thrown out at home as Baby Daisy is unable to make it there. Luigi will find his way onto base, so the bases are still loaded. Going into Toadsworth. He's going to make great contact here, and that's into the gap in left field. 2 runners are going to be heading home. Denise is way too late. He can't even head back as Luigi's standing on the mound. They hesitated for some reason at third. You see Denise, after that ball is hit, he heads back towards second thinking maybe it's caught. And then he is way too late to try and get home. And that results in an out. But they do still find a run on the board, which means the Knights are going here with a 2-run lead. If Toad can get a hit here, it's going to be pushed to another one. And that will find the gap through the center. And that is another run on the board. 8-5 is the score line now. You gotta think Upset is happy with how his team's offense is clicking today. They are just finding what they need to get some runs on the board. I think this is their highest scoring affair yet. And with this ball making its way through that second baseman, it will load the bases again for Baby Mario, one of the league's worst hitters. Will it matter this time? Yes, it will, as Baby Mario gets thrown out at first. He almost got one up the gap there, but Dry Bones with a nice diving play to secure that third out and escape the inning with 3 runners stranded on base. However, the Monsters now have some work to do to get themselves back into this one. Goomba's going to be the leadoff hitter here. Going to make some contact, but it will go right to Blue Yoshi, and that will do it for that first out. Green Paratroopa now up to bat. trying to get on to make something happen today. And once again, that will be snagged up by Blue Yoshi. The throw just barely makes it in time. And that is the second out of the inning. As the Knights are looking to go flawless in this one, Greenbone's coming up to the plate now. He's trying to make something happen here to get on base, and he will do that as he finds a shot into left center field. Into the gap, I guess. As Green Bones is now on base. If Green Koopa can keep this going, that would be huge for the offense, and he will find something up the middle just over top of those infielders, and that puts 2 runners on for Blue Bones. Blue Bones now charging up, not going to swing on that first pitch as it drifts wide. And Blue Bones will get good contact. That does get down, which means the bases are loaded for none other than the captain of this roster, Bowser. One of the best home run hitters in the game. He's coming off a solo shot to deep center field. We'll see if he can replicate that here. He's going to crush one. Oh my lord, that ball is gone. That is sent into Narnia. Bowser. What a shot. That looks like it's going out of the entire stadium. Up at the sign. That ball is so far gone. And that is a go-ahead grand slam for Bowser and the Monsters, which takes Toadsworth off of the mound. Matt comes out to pitch now, but it might be too little too late as Bowser just completely changed everything in this ball game. And Drybones shows no intention of this team slowing down as he finds himself a single here. Hulk Hogan looking to keep that going. Swing and miss on that first ball. Rare to see that against a me pitching. That will not make it over Luigi's head, and that will do it for the inning. But they have given up that 3-run lead they just worked so hard to get. And now they're down 1. Needing to find something themselves. They're at the very, very bottom of the order, and then the top comes right back up. We had the exact same spot in the last inning. Blue Yoshi going to be the leadoff here, and that ball will find its way through the gap between second and short, which will give them a leadoff runner for Baby Daisy. However, Baby Daisy does not find the same outcome, and she hits a double play, which puts them down a run. 2 outs down already this inning and needing something here. Baby DK going to make contact, but the star pitch is too hard for him to handle, and that will be sent to first in time as the Monsters close this one out off the back of a go-ahead grand slam from Bowser. Wow. The Monsters are going to now be advancing to 3-2 so far on the season, as the Knights are 0-5 and our only remaining team yet to find a win. They were so close today as they even had the lead for so long there, and going into the bottom of the 6th. But all it takes is one moment, and that falls apart, and that moment is wonderfully made happen by Bowser. For some reason, my shit don't wanna let me do shit here. So we're gonna pop back to the other screen for just a second here. And we'll put that in at 9-8 for the Monsters, as we get this Wii remote working again. I think that should be it. Hopefully this is. Huh. My shit is mad bugging right now. Okay, well, either way, we'll be heading on to the second game here. MVP being Bowser. But not that I can actually pull that up because my thing was bugging. However, we will be heading on to game 2 of the day. That will be between the Monarchs and the Spitballs, which will be our first sight of this Monarchs roster since they have picked up Brown Critter. Just working on getting the rosters set here, and then we will be off to the races. We're going to be back on Daisy Cruiser nighttime. Daisy Cruiser looking like it's quickly become one of people's favorites maps. So, great to see that. We have the Monarchs and the Spitballs. I've personally been looking forward to seeing this new Spitballs roster as one of the managers of the teams that have been involved in this trade. I have been trying to make this happen. Not that Mob hasn't. Mob has put some great effort into making this deal happen, so it's been huge by him to get this deal through. And I know I am looking forward to seeing Brown Critter in this lineup. All it means is I gotta remember where people are, as things are slightly different now. It has switched up his batting order a little, so I'm trying to make sure I get this right so that he doesn't lose his shit at me. He has a tendency to do that, by the way. Actually, I personally would quickly like to discuss with Mob, as I believe he fucked up his order, but... Wait, no, never mind. I think he fucking made a mistake. I personally don't think it's the optimized order. But that's not my call to make. Okay. And then get okay. Sorry for the delay. We are ready and about to be off to the races here with game 2 of the day. We are here again on Daisy Cruiser at the nighttime here between the Spitballs and the Monarchs. The Spitballs are currently 3-1 as the Monarchs are currently 1-3. We'll see if either of them are able to change up their paths, if the Monarchs can find another win here today, or if the Spitballs are able to keep them in the dirt. That's going to be a leadoff hit from Bowser Jr., but it will be caught by Pink Yoshi. Red Koopa Troopa is going to tag one, and he will secure his way onto first as that item comes out to help him make it all the way there. Dark Bones is going to crush one here, but it will not make it all the way to the warning track, which means he will be caught out by Sabrina Carpenter. Red Paratroopa now coming up to bat. See, I question putting Paratroopa here in the 4-hole. That's the thing I don't understand. But maybe there's a reason Mob's trying to lose. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to tank for draft picks. I don't really get it. Sabrina Carpenter are going to be leading off for the Monarchs here after they have a scoreless top of the first. We will immediately see another out as Sabrina Carpenter is unable to make it onto base. We now see the start pitch coming out from Waluigi here, trying to take down Peach. But Peach will manage to get one by as she finds herself a single to try and get things going for the Monarchs here. Green guy up to bat. That will be tapped up the middle, but Gray guy with that amazingly long reach is able to make the play and find a double to end the inning. We now get to see our first look at Brown Critter at the plate, following up this Waluigi at bat. Waluigi will ground one out towards Birdo. Now we get to see Brown Critter if he's able to make something happen here. He's going to be looking for anything deep into the outfield. We've seen him do that with the Wild so far this year. And that might just make it out of the park, but that should be caught by a buddy jump. And that will be snagged away by Sabrina Carpenter. That quick outfield really preventing something like that to go away and happen already in this game. Now we get to see Blue Magic Koopa come up to the plate, as he also grounds one directly into Green Guy, and that will do it for the inning. Just like that, we are back into the bottom of the second, with the score still tied at 0. Birdo going to be leading off for this Monarchs roster. Going to be looking into a star pitch, and she will not bother to swing at that one. Swinging on this next pitch, though, as that's going to get by Red Paratroopa in the outfield. The Boo comes out to stall it a little longer. She will probably not push this for 3 and instead just hang around at second, but that is a double for Birdo to lead off this inning. And suddenly there is a runner in scoring position for this Monarchs roster. That will be thrown to third, but a little hesitation coming out from Blue Magic Koopa, and that will allow Birdo to make it all the way to third, which puts runners on the corners for a blooper. Pickoff attempt from Waluigi will not make it happen. Blue Guy gets back to the base in time. Star pitch coming up from him now. Blooper will look that one off. He falls down in the count 0-1. But we'll swing at that next pitch, and Blue Magic Koopa, a wonderful grab, follows up by a throw to first, and that will be the double play for Blue Magic Koopa. And the first 2 outs of the inning. Now Toadette has to get a hit here if they want Birdo to make it home. Instead of just anything to the outfield, a second star pitch in a row coming out from Waluigi. And Gray Guy will say not happening today as they escape this runner on third and don't bother to give up a run. Wonderful defense from the Spitballs. We now get to see Gray Guy come up to the plate. He's been one of the best 8-hole hitters in the league so far. He's going to make good contact there, but not really, as it's picked up easily by Birdo. I don't know why I said good contact. That's just habit at this point. Jack Black now coming up to bat. Going to hit one up the middle here, and Jack Black will find his first hit of the ball game as he makes his way to first. Bowser Jr. looking to keep the streak going and advance Jack Black here. He's going to make decent contact, but it will be snagged up by Pink Yoshi as the fireball comes much too late. Red Koopa with 2 outs in the inning. Star pitch coming from Peach. Swing will still come, and Birdo will snatch that one up, and that will do it for the inning as the Spitballs still remain scoreless through 3. Monarchs back up to bat now. Pink Yoshi is going to be the leadoff man. That will be snagged by Brown Critter, and that will be quickly dispatched to first for the first out of the inning. Waluigi showing signs of exhaustion already. Surprising that he's running out of gas this early. They do have some decent next pitchers in Blue Magic Koopa, Bowser Jr. So, Blue Magic Koopa will make the grab, though. And now Waluigi gets swapped out. Should be to Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. comes onto the mound. He's been their best relief pitcher so far this season. As Sabrina Carpenter, we're back at the top of the order. Maybe that's why that switch is coming now instead of 2 batters ago. Gray Guy makes a grab. Will Blue Magic Koopa get it to first in time? No, he will not, as that shell makes a big hit happen from Sabrina Carpenter. Peach going to be looking to follow that up with something. And she will do just that as that ball finds its way over the infield and down for a single. Green Guy with an opportunity to make one of these runners, or push one of these runners home. But now 1-1 in the count as he swings and misses on that last pitch. Now good contact. Will Darkbones get there in time? Yes, he will, and that is the third out of the inning, keeping this game scoreless through 3. We now see the first appearance of this giant squid tipping over Daisy's ship. That's what puts this drifting effect on the entire map. And Darkbones will be caught out by Toadette for the first out of the inning. However, Red Paratroopa follows it up with a single, gets a runner on for Waluigi. Waluigi, one of the most beloved characters in my opinion. I'm sure many people feel the same. Will find himself a hit as well, as Red Paratroopa barely makes it to second, but does get there in time. Now there's runners on first and second for Brown Critter. We'll see if he's able to make something happen, fresh off of a trade. Good contact, deep to the outfield. Looks like the buddy jump will make it in time, as it's almost an exact replica of what happened his first at-bat. And Red Paratroopa will not advance either. He's getting some deep to the outfield, but before these pitching changes come out, when the outfield still has this chemistry, there isn't really much value in what he's doing. He's just getting thrown out or caught out. And Sabrina Carpenter will make another simple grab to end the inning as we end the top of the 4th scoreless and head to the bottom of the 4th with Birdo as our leadoff hitter, trying to make something happen. She has doubled already today. See if she's able to do that again, find something to get her into scoring position. That will get over the top of Blue Magic Koopa and in between that gap of Red Koopa and Darkbones, which means she will simply make it to second as she has her second double of the game. I don't know why I'm dying inside. Blue Guy up to bat now. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Takes that second pitch for a strike, now with a 1-1 count. Going to be charging, looking for something here, and that ball is grounded up the middle, but finds its way in between second and short, which allows there to be runners on the corner for Blooper. We've been in this exact spot before, and Blooper was not able to make it happen, and once again he hits almost the exact same ball to be grabbed up by Blue Magic Koopa and thrown back in time to get Blue Guy out at first, as they get these first 2 massive outs to make this a lot harder for Birdo to score, and Toadette will not find the hit necessary as Red Koopa makes the grab to close out the inning. We see this giant squid come back into play now for this Spitballs side. Gray Guy is going to be our leadoff hitter here, and that will be snagged up by a nice sliding grab by Green Guy. So the guys are not getting along right now. They are taunting each other after that at bat. Jack Black will come up to bat, but the POW does not make it out in time, and he easily gets thrown out at first by Birdo. Bowser Jr. now gets a good hit out and finds himself a single, but not in scoring position yet. We'd have to see something come out of Red Koopa here And Red Koopa will get one down into a very similar spot and find himself a single, which pushes Bowser to second and scoring position. Dark Bones up to bat now with an opportunity to drive in the first run of the game. He's going to look off that first pitch from Peach, as Peach is still doing great out on the mound. The star pitch comes out from her. Swing and a miss for Dark Bones, which means he has one more chance, and he will find one that does not make it down, as Sabrina Carpenter makes it there in time to find the grab and end the inning. And the Spitballs are still scoreless through 5. We'll see if the Monarchs can take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. They are back towards the bottom of the order here with the 8-9-1. Pink Yoshi is the leadoff of that group. Pink Yoshi going to be looking off at first pitch. Will find a shell, and that allows him to make it to first with now a runner on for Baby Peach. Baby Peach is going to look to try and push Pink Yoshi into scoring position, and will be able to do that with a single of her own, and that means 2 runners on for Sabrina Carpenter with a chemistry bonus of both of them. We'll see if Sabrina Carpenter is able to make this happen here. Star pitch coming out from Bowser Jr. Swing and a miss from Sabrina. Another one though, and that's hit into left field. However, Dark Bones gets the throw off before the bomb can pop, meaning the bases are loaded, but no runs driven in yet. Peach comes up to bat now. Will make good contact. Gray Guy will find the grab, and that is a double play, as Baby Peach does not make it back to second in time. And that means you have runners on the corners with no more outs remaining to work with, meaning you need a solid hit here. Steal is attempted. That is going to be bunted up to Bowser Jr. The fireball makes it, so he is unable to find the grab. And with the steal, that meant Pink Yoshi makes it home and finds this first run of the ball game. It is immediately followed up with an out, but that may not matter, as the lack of offense this game could just mean that that would be the winning run. Red Paratroopa will get on base here. Or sorry, not get on base here. That's what I meant to say. And that puts Waluigi up to bat now in an 0-2 hole, as this squid is now pulling to the right instead of the left. Maybe an adjustment's needed there, but Waluigi finds his way onto base. Can Brown Critter push him to scoring position or drive something deep here? Another ball is absolutely crushed by him, but that is an uphill battle. Will the jump come in time? No, it will not. Brown Critter, with his debut for the Spitballs, finds a 2-run shot to take the lead over the Monarchs. And you gotta be thinking that trade might be good for the Spitballs now. That also forces Peach to be tired, and maybe she will come off the mound shortly. Birdo will make the grab on Blue Magic Koopa's line drive, which brings Gray Guy up to bat. That ball drifts foul, despite a good line drive coming out from Gray Guy. And instead we will see a ground ball right to Green Guy, and that will do it for the inning. But Brown Critter with a 2-run shot to take the lead over the Monarchs here in the top of the 6th means all this Spitballs defense has to do is not allow any more runs. Blue Guy's going to be the leadoff man for that, and that ball's crushed into deep left field, but Darkbone should get under it in time to make the play, and he will do just that. Blooper comes up to bat now. He's had back-to-back double plays. Now he has no opportunity for a double play because there is no runners on. And that ball will go foul. And this time he will find the hit necessary. If he was able to do that earlier, the Monarchs could be off to a big lead right now, but he was unable to. Now, though, he is sitting on first here for Toadette. Toadette will have that be caught by Blue Magikoopa, who quickly makes the throw for the double play, and that will do it for the inning. We are headed to the top of the 7th with a 2-1 ball game here at Daisy Cruiser. Pitching change coming out from the Monarchs. That puts Berto up to the mound. Jack Black now going to be the first batter she will face. We'll see a star pitch to lead this one off, and that will find the first strike. No star pitch here a second time. Green guy will, however, grab that up off the ground and find the play at first. Bowser Jr. up to bat now. He's had, I believe, 1 single and 2 fly outs so far today, and that will be a second single for him as he will make it to first off of a hit right down the middle. Red Koopa. That ball is hit into the outfield, but it will not get down. And that means they are at 2 outs with a runner on first. We'll see if Dark Bones is able to make something happen here. Dark Bones absolutely crushes one, and that might just be a 2-run shot of its own. And that it is, as Dark Bones pushes this lead to 3 with a 2-run homer to deep left. That ball is gone into the water. Almost an identical shot to Brown Critters not too long ago, but a little bit further and a little bit faster. Red Paratroopa now with no runners on will not be able to get one down here as Sabrina Carpenter is able to make that grab. And the squid will disappear. However, now we need 3 runs coming out from the Monarchs if they want to send this one to extras. Pink Yoshi is going to hit through the star pitch from Bowser Jr. and will find their way on to first. Bowser Jr. now showing that he's tired. He wants off the mound, and that should put Blue Magikoopa up to the plate. Normally in this spot, Diddy would come in to pitch, but instead Diddy's been shipped off to the Wilds, which means you have Blue Magikoopa instead. Now there's runners on first and second, which means Sabrina Carpenter with a runner in scoring position. She's been in this spot before. She hit a single last time to push this to a bases loaded situation. We'll see if she can do that again. And she will do just that again. Pink Yoshi will not try and push that to home, but that means the bases are loaded for Peach, the captain of this squad. She needs to avoid a double play ball. Anything into the outfield is good, ideally a hit. She will look off that first pitch from Blue Magikoopa. And now a star hit coming out from Peach. That will make its way into right field and score 2 runs. And now there is runners on the corner. As that star effect prevents Waluigi from catching the ball. And Blue Magikoopa's already tired. Green guy now with a chance to tie up this game. All he needs is an actual hit. If he can avoid a double play, that would be massive. That will get over top of Bowser Jr. and secure a single and an RBI for this Monarch squad. And now we are at a 4-4 ball game with 0 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. As Berto comes up with an RBI chance. Blue Magikoopa's going to be swapped off the mound here, and that puts Red Paratroopa on the mound, which really weakens that right field. Birdo, however, is going to hit one to deep center. Darkbone should make it there in time, and that will be caught by Red Koopa Troopa. That will be the first out of the inning. They still need 2 more to prevent this from ending here, but a hit into the outfield is likely a walk-off RBI, so they really need to be careful here. We see a shift coming out from this defensive side, and I say that, but after that, Bowser Jr. actually wasn't shifted. He was just looking for a pickoff attempt, and that ball will be snagged up, and that is a double play for Bowser Jr. as Red Paratroopa gets them out of this jam, and that will send this game to extras. Oh my goodness, what a game. We see this ship tilted again by this squid. Waluigi is going to be the leadoff hitter here. He makes great contact into left field, but it will be caught by Toadette. And now Brown Critter, he has a home run on the game and 2 flyouts. 2 RBI home run and 2 flyouts. He will crush one to deep left here, and that might just be gone again. Yes, it is, as he finds himself his 2nd home run of the game. And Brown Critter takes back this lead for the Spitballs. Wonderfully done by this new player for them, as he is making stuff happen today. Blue Magic Koopa coming up to bat now. Will get that first strike swinging into that star pitch. 2nd strike will be taken now. And this last pitch will be swung at, and Blue Magic Koopa will find his way to first to bring up Gray Guy. Star pitch coming out from Birdo again. That will find the first strike of the at-bat. Gray Guy will make good contact, but that gets into the outfield, and the shell does not get there in time. That means that Jack Black comes up to bat now with 1 runner on and 2 outs, and that ball will be grounded out to Green Guy and end the inning. However, the Spitballs have taken back the lead off the back of that home run from Brown Critter. You gotta think that when Mob Moses comes on today and watches back this game, he is thrilled with the performance of his team. Well, maybe not his team. Probably not his team. But his new recruit, you gotta think he's going to be happy with that. Blooper's going to find himself a leadoff single here, as the Monarchs need 1 run to bring themselves back into this game. Red Paratroopa was able to get the last 2 outs, but it did ruin this outfield chemistry. Well, actually, I guess I don't think it ruined the chemistry. It just really negatively impacted the outfield, but a double play is turned, and that means we are 1 out away from this game ending right here as Pink Yoshi comes up to bat. He's done a solid job to get on consistently today. We'll see if he can do that again here. No, he cannot, as Bowser Jr. makes the rolling grab to end the game, and the Spitballs are going to be your winners as they defeat the Monarchs 5-4. As my Wii remote stopped working again, so I don't know what's going on with all that. Okay, we got it working this time, and now we get to see the MVP and the box scores at the end of this game. We have Brown Critter as the MVP for this game. We get to see Sabrina Carpenter has a nice 100 as she made some nice catches in the outfield and has a couple singles of her own. Peach doing a decent job too, but we look at the other end here and we see a lot of this team falling short. of a lot of points here. You think the Spitballs would be better than this as a 3-1 team, but Brown Critter will find 2 home runs to close this game out. We are going to pop that up onto the other screen now, and then I'm going to take a 5-ish minute break before we continue. Sorry everybody, I am back now, and we will be setting up this third game of the day. Right now, it is between the Wilds and the Fireballs. We now get to see the other side of this trade. We saw Brown Critter do a great job for his new team. We'll see if Diddy Kong is able to do the same for his, as a classic rivalry between DK and Mario, the Wilds and the Fireballs. McGee versus TK is starting out now. We will be going to Wario City for this matchup. just a little bit more until these lineups are set, and then we will be off to the races. Okay, sorry. We are taking our dear sweet time as the change in the roster means I just gotta actually remember what I was setting the lineup as. But we should be good now, which means we can get going with our third game of the day between the Wilds and the Fireballs here at Wario City. We're going to see the Fireballs starting out on defense. And Tiny Kong will lead this one off with a single to start out the game. Diddy Kong now following that up. This is our first look at him on this Wilds roster. Up until now, he has been playing with the Spitballs. He's done a solid job as a batter and a relief pitcher for Waluigi. But today we will see him start out with a double play. And that is not the start you want to see if you're a Wilds fan. Funky Kong coming up to the plate now. See what he's able to make happen here. That ball is hit into deep left field. Matt will, however, make a nice grab to end the inning. And we're going to see the Fireballs turn over onto offense just like that. Red Critter will be the leadoff man. Red Critter up to bat here. He is going to crush one into deep center field. Will the buddy jump make it there? That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen on a buddy jump, but it will not matter as Red Critter finds himself a solo shot to open up the scoring on the first at-bat of his game. I don't know why the ball is freezing like that. I genuinely am very confused at what I'm looking at. Maybe it like glitched because of where it went into the hat. I don't know. Either way, we will see Hammer Bro get that first out onto Yoshi. But now down a run, we're going to need to see some solid defensive play from the Wilds to not let this lead get out of hand. Blue Critter makes a nice jumping grab to find that second out of the game. Red Pianta, one of the true power hitters in this lineup. Will he be able to match that production of Red Critter? A star pitch coming out, which means probably not. And Donkey Kong will get hit up by that fireball, but despite it, the slow running of Red Pianta will allow him to find the out at first, and that will do it for the inning. We go into the top of the second now with a 1-0 lead for this Fireball roster. DK is going to be the leadoff man. He is going to crush one here into deep left. Will the buddy jump make it in time? No, it will not. And that is a solo shot of his own, as he says anything Red Critter can do, I can do as well. And this game is tied up at 1. Hammer Bro will be following him up in this 5-hole. and he will hit one into left field. The arrow will bounce that slightly to the right. Not that he would have gone for second anyway, so it seems pretty unimpactful. Boomerang Bro gonna follow up his brother, trying to make something happen here as Mario's trying to avoid the bleeding, and Red Pianta does not move a muscle but finds a double play as she catches that ball while standing on the bag, and that will find the first 2 outs of this inning. And then Red Critter will catch that third ball to end the inning just like that. Donkey Kong is able to find a home run to get one back, but they are ahead in innings played, so we'll see if the Fireballs can make something happen here in the bottom of the second. Start pitch coming out. Matt makes a very good contact for a start pitch, but it will drift foul, meaning we will not see what's necessary. Blue Critter is going to bobble that one, which allows Matt to get onto base. Tim is cheering for TK Fire in my Discord. That's what the sounds were. And as I'm saying that, Shy Guy will find himself a single to put 2 runners on for Red Yoshi. This is a great opportunity to push another run in as they don't have any outs on the inning yet. And good contact is made, but a double play is quickly made by Blue Critter to tie, or to find the first 2 outs of the inning. I was thinking to end, but it is not. Either way, Red Magic Koopa crushing one here. That might actually get all the way, but it will drift foul as the buddy jump doesn't come. They might have been able to make the grab there. And Red Magic Koopa will do the exact same hit again. No buddy jump going to happen again here as we hit 2 deep shots to left. However, Hammer Bro will catch that one with his hammer throw, and that will do it for the inning as we keep this ball game at 1 apiece going into the top of the third. Dixie Kong going to be the leadoff hitter here for the Wilds in this third inning. Will find something up the middle, but the suck up from Red Magic Koopa will be able to make the play in time, and that will be the first out of the inning as Dixie Kong could not get to first. I just realized that I totally messed up what I wanted my batting order to be. Damn. That sucks. Gotta remember to change that for next game. Tiny Kong's gonna send one into the outfield here. It will bounce off of Matt's head as he gets hit with a shell, and Noki will secure the grab to get a quick 3 up, 3 down as the Fireballs come back onto the offensive here with Red Noki to lead them off. Red Noki finds a hit up the middle. That will put a runner on for Red Critter. Red Critter with a solo shot in the first. We'll see if he's able to do something like that again. He is going to crush one to deep left. Will that be caught? I think so. Yes, it will. I don't know. Is able to find the grab, and Noki has to retreat back to first. Wonderfully done by this outfield, but that is a scary hit from Red Critter with almost his second of the day. Yoshi coming up to the plate now. Going to crush one as well to deep center. There is Fireballs. Will they make it in time? Yes, they will, which means Noki's able to advance and Yoshi stays safe. And that will be runners on first and second for Mario. 1 out. See what he's able to do. That looks like a double play ball, but instead the fire comes out, and that allows everyone to stay safe, and that will be bases loaded for Red Pianta. Donkey Kong is going to have to make a miracle happen to get this one out, get them out of this jam. And Red Pianta will land one fair. Noki thought it was going to be caught, so she doesn't run in time, and that will be an out at home. Not what you want to see if you're a Fireballs fan, but the bases are still loaded. Star pitch coming out from Donkey Kong, trying to do enough. The bananas come out and hit Donkey Kong, but not until after the throw gets off, and he escapes the bases loaded jam. That brings us back to the top of the fourth, and this offense from the Wilds. We're going to see Diddy Kong's second at-bat with his new team. He is going to make good contact, but it looks like that will be caught, and it will happen again where it bounces off of Matt's head as the shell hits and is caught by his other outfielder, Red Yoshi this time. Funky Kong now up to bat. He's going to make solid contact. That will be snagged by Matt, though. A nice grab from him. And that brings Donkey Kong back up to bat. He had a solo shot at his first at-bat as well. But this time, he will instead just hit one into right field and find himself a single. Hammer Bro looking to capitalize. He's going to look off that first pitch as he falls 0-1 in the count. And now he's going to hit one, and it will get by Red Magic Koopa, putting runners on first and second for Boomerang Bro. We know he's prone to hitting some shots of his own. We'll see what he's able to do here with a runner in scoring position. He is going to hit one, but it will go right to Red Magic Koopa, and that will be an out at first to end the inning. And bring back up this Fireballs offense, starting at their sixth hole with Shy Guy. Shy Guy going to be taking that first pitch for a strike. And instead is going to crush one to deep right field. I do not think this is making it. No, it is not. I don't know, is able to make the grab. But Dixie was nowhere nearby. A buddy jump was not coming. That would have been an absurd home run from Shy Guy, but instead it falls just short. Red Yoshi follows that up by getting himself onto first base as well. Red Magic Koopa instead will hit a double play ball and negate that work from Red Yoshi to end the inning just like that. We are going into the top of the fifth at a 1-1 ball game. Neither of these teams finding the offense that they so desire. Blue Critter coming up to the plate now. He will ground one out immediately on that first pitch from Mario. Now Dixie Kong. I will say I meant to have I don't know here, but I fucked it up. I'm not happy with myself for that. But what can you do? Red Critter will bobble one here. The POW comes out, making sure that Dixie gets onto first. And now the ball's hitting the arrow. Dixie has pushed herself all the way to second. And that puts a runner in scoring position for I don't know. I don't know. Gonna be swinging on that first pitch, and that will land fair as Dixie decides, no, I don't got time to go home. She will hold up at third as Tiny Kong comes up to bat. The steal is coming out here. Dixie comes all the way back to first. Shy Guy's throw is a little bit off as he has bad chemistry with Yoshi. And now the steal again. Once again, we see Dixie Kong run back. I don't know, is able to push herself to second. We'll see if there is still a steal attempt. The special hit, but the shell does not make it in time. Red Magic Koopa with a massive double play to end the inning without giving up another run. And that brings back up the Fireballs offense here in the bottom of the fifth. Red Noki will be the leadoff hitter. She has a single so far today. And she will not be able to find another one, as I don't know is able to make it there in time to find the grab in left field. Red Critter, he has one home run and a deep fly out in left field. We'll see what he's able to do. Truly hitting with as much power as possible. That will hit the arrow, which holds him up at first. Yoshi going to be looking to advance him into scoring position here. We'll see what he does. He will be snagged as Blue Critter with a nice diving grab and finds the double play back at first as Red Critter's slide does not make it there in time. We're going to the top of the 6th. Still at a 1-1 ball game. Both runs coming off of solo home runs. Every base movement has been stopped. Aside from that, Diddy Kong will be the leadoff hitter here. He will find something up the middle, but Red Magic Koopa with a nice grab to find that first out of the inning. Diddy Kong is 0 for 3 on the day. He has not done what's needed with his new team here. Funky Kong looking to make something happen. He is going to crush one, but that is going to not make it out of the park, and instead will land fair. Matt jumping over the green shell to make sure that Funky Kong is unable to advance to second, but now a runner on for Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong looking to replicate his first at-bat of the game where he hit a deep home run as well. And instead he will crush one fair, but that ball will advance Funky Kong to second. He decided to go push for third, but changed his mind and made it back to second base before the throw came in, even though it went to third after all. Hammer Bro up to bat now with a runner in scoring position. He will tap one up the middle here, and that will do it for the inning as a double play coming out from Red Critter. He walks over to the bag and taps that one out, and just like that, we are going to the bottom of the 6th. Mario will be our leadoff hitter here this time. Looking to get anything on the board. All it could take is one run, and suddenly this game could be massively shifted in their favor as the offense is not finding its groove today. That will hit the arrow, but either way it would have been a single. Red Pianta now with a runner on. He's going to show bunt. Star pitch coming out. He takes away the bat at the last second here. Gonna show bunt again. This time will bunt. This is one of the slowest characters in the game, and he got hit by his own team's shell. But Mario will advance to second, which means Matt has a runner in scoring position. He's going to swing and miss on that first swing. And now Donkey Kong will star pitch again to find another out here. Shy Guy is going to come up to bat with Mario on third. All he needs is a base hit, and that could bring home a run. Slow pitch coming out from Donkey Kong. That's abnormal for him. And we'll go right back up to his trusted fastball. And Hammer Bro is going to miss the ball. Shy Guy finds himself an RBI single as Hammer Bro with a horrible mistake for this Wilds roster. And that is going to push Donkey Kong to the end of his stamina pool. Red Yoshi will tap one up the middle here, but that will be grounded out at first, and that will do it for the inning, but not without giving up a run, which means the bottom of this Wilds order is going to have to make something happen. Otherwise, this game is going in favor of the Fireballs. A good start for Boomerang Bro as he finds himself a single to lead off the inning. That brings about Blue Critter. He is 0 for 2, I believe, on the day. He's going to look to crush one here. We'll see if he's able to hold true to that. He's been one of their worst batters, but this will land fair. And Boomerang Bro makes it in at second. That means we now have a runner in scoring position for Dixie Kong. All she has to do here is avoid the double play, find herself a hit, and it could be a massive change in momentum, but that is a double play ball if I've ever seen one. No, it is not. Blue Critter makes it to second before, and that means there is runners on second and third, one out, I don't know, up to bat. I don't know, with an opportunity to tie up this ball game here in the top of the 7th. Star hit coming out, and that will make it by Red Magic Koopa, which will drive in a run and put runners on the corner for the top of this order to come back up and try and extend this lead, or extend this inning more and find themselves a lead for the first time this ball game, as we are now at 2-2 here in the top of the 7th. Steal coming out, the bunt is going to come, squeeze play will happen, the ball hits, but Blue Critter went back. What just happened here? Blue Critter went back. The bobble happened from Red Pianta. And then a bomb. I don't know what I just witnessed. I am at a loss for words. I would love to see a replay of that because that was crazy. First out coming up, Red Magikoopa hits it right to Blue Critter. We'll see if Diddy Kong comes into pitch yet or not. He's still currently over on third base. And a start pitch coming out from Donkey Kong here, trying to work a 2 strikes against Red Noki, but Red Noki will find one up the middle, and that will be a single to get things going for the Fireballs. Now Donkey Kong is going to come out batting into Red Critter, who has a home run already today. He's going to look for something else today. If he can find it, he could walk off this game. That ball, however, is going to be popped up, and Hammer Bro will easily make the catch to find that second out of the inning. That brings about Yoshi. Yoshi not found the success he needs so far today, but that one will land fair, and that puts runners on first and second for the captain of this squad. Mario is up to bat with a runner in scoring position, and all he needs is 1 run to end this game, but there is 2 outs on the board. Hammer Bro will say, I may have fucked up last time, but I will not this time, and this ball game is going to extra innings for the second time today. 2-2 going into extras here. Mario, is he still on the mound? I think Mario is still on. Yeah, Mario is still on the mound, not even tired yet. Diddy Kong will be the leadoff hitter. He is not having a good batting day, but he will find himself a hit finally for this Wilds roster. He's done well on the mound, though, so they may be happy with the trade. We'll see what's going on there. And Funky Kong will follow that up with a hit of his own. Pow will come out. Diddy Kong did not opt to run for third, and that brings up a classic matchup. Donkey Kong versus Mario with 2 runners on. This ball is absolutely crushed by Donkey Kong. Will the buddy jump make it there? I do not think so, as that is way too high in the sky. And Donkey Kong is able to take this to the yard. We are 5-2 now. Wonderfully done by this Wilds captain as he wins the matchup this time. And Hammer Bro does not show any sign of letting up as he finds himself a single. We'll see if Boomerang Bro is able to keep this going. Mario, however, still in the game. This will be his 8th inning pitched if he plays out this full inning. He's currently at 7 full innings and then giving up some runs here. And that ball is absolutely crushed by Boomerang Bro. It is not even close to making it there for the buddy jump as Boomerang Bro finds a 2-run shot of his own here in the 8th to bring this lead to 5. And suddenly this game is busted wide open. We're going to need 1 offensively gifted inning from this Fireball squad. Yoshi will finally take the plate in exchange of Mario, and that will get over Red Magikoopa's head as Blue Critter looks to keep the streak going now. Dixie Kong up to bat. And that will land fair as well as she finds herself a single. Now runners on first and second as I Don't Know comes up to bat. I Don't Know is going to tap one into deep left field here. That will land off the wall. Blue Critter holds up at third. Probably the right decision there as now the bases are loaded for Tiny Kong. Tiny Kong will hit one here, and that will go to Red Critter. That is a double play, but the inning is still on, and a runner still on third. Means Diddy Kong has an opportunity to drive a run in here. He's going to charge and hit one here, but that is popped up. We'll see if the Fireball comes in time to prevent the catch. It doesn't look like it will, and it would have, but Matt body blocks that one to make sure. that ball is caught by Red Yoshi as we go into the bottom of the 8th now, and the Fireballs need 5 runs to tie up this ball game. Star pitch coming out from Diddy Kong. We'll find that first strike. Red Pianta is going to crush that one, but it will drift foul. Tiny Kong unable to make it there to make the play. And now he will find one up the middle to get that leadoff single to open up the inning. We'll see if Matt can keep this train alive as we are heading towards the bottom of the order. Pickoff attempt from Diddy Kong on the slower Red Pianta, but it will not happen. And now that ball has made its way into the outfield as well. We have runners on first and second for Shy Guy. A misthrow there on the pickoff attempt. That ball was caught by Blue Critter, but it was not even at the bag, so there was no chance of the out coming out there. Now Diddy Kong will give up another hit, which loads the base. Oh no, it doesn't load the bases. Red Pianta went home. This is going to be a close play, but Red Pianta will make the play at home, and that will find a run to decrease this deficit to 4. Runners are on first and second. They thought about advancing as this ball went past Funky Kong, but they were unable to make that happen. Red Yoshi up to the plate now. We're towards the blunt of this order. Blue Critter will catch one here, but the throwaway as Hammer Bro was unready for it, and that will not result in a double play, meaning this game is still well within reach for this Fireball roster. Red Magikoopa is going to have to make something happen here, though, and instead he will hit one right to Blue Critter. That time he will be able to turn the double play, and that is the ball game, folks, as Blue Critter makes a nice dive and grab to end this game. This game is won by Donkey Kong's 2-run home run. Or 2 home runs. As the Fireballs fall just short. And my Wii remote is bugging again, so we're quickly just going to fix that. Alright, we fixed it. We're back. MVP, to nobody's surprise here, is the Monkey Man himself, Donkey Kong. He had 2 home runs to make sure that this team was able to find their win, and you see that in the batting stat, as he does have 140 of it coming from batting. On the other side here, we do have a well-rounded team. They played amazing defensively to keep this game score really low, but 1 inning in the extras as Mario's running out of gas, and that is all it takes to end this game. We now have 1 more game of the day, and I believe that it is the most exciting game of the day. It is between the top 2 ranked teams in the league, the Muscles and the Flowers. The Muscles are the only remaining undefeated team, and the Flowers are 3-1, with their only loss coming last week to the Wilds. We'll see what they are able to do, if they can bounce back after their first loss, or if they will fall short to the powerhouse of this league right now, the Muscles. and gentlemen, we are back, ready for Game 4 to commence between the Mussels and the Flowers. The lineups are set. And we are going back to Daisy Cruiser, this time in the daytime, which means we won't have to deal with that wretched squid knocking over the stadium side to side. As I said, these are the two powerhouses of the league. You know that the Spitballs and the Wilds are both trying to push their way up there, make stuff happen, but they are still not at these two teams' levels until we can see them win against these teams. I mean, at least against the Mussels. King K. Rool going to be the leadoff guy. He's been one of the best hitters in the league, as he has more home runs than anyone by a drastic margin. I think with the only two people contesting that, or three people, being Petey Piranha, Donkey Kong, and Bowser. Critter is going to hit one deep into left field here. Luigi should easily make that grab, which sends King K. Rool back to first. And that brings Blue Pianta up to bat. Blue Pianta will find himself a base hit here, as that gets by the table, and King K. Rool decides to push himself to third, bringing Wario up to bat with runners on first and third and a scoring opportunity for him. Now we know that Daisy has a nasty start pitch here. I was going to say if she throws it, you want to see Wario not swing, but she doesn't even bother to throw it, allowing King K. Rool to get home off a Wario single and start this game out with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. And the inning is not over either, as we have Queen Liz coming up to bat here with two runners on, one in scoring position. And that ball is hit right to Petey Piranha, who finds the double play to end the inning. However, this Flowers team does give up a 1-run putting them at a deficit going into the bottom of the first. Firebro, though, going to crush one into deep right field. This one might just be all the way gone. And that it will, as the buddy jump is much too slow. Firebro says, I'm going to tie up the game then. And this game is equal apiece, 1-1. A wonderful solo shot from Firebro here. I think a lot of the reason that teams like playing on this cruiser map, this Daisy Cruiser map here, is because of the shorter sides of the field. And as I'm saying it, Daisy finds herself a home run as well on a star pitch too from King K. Rool, bringing this game to 2-1 with two home runs for the Flowers after two batters. And already King K. Rool is getting tired. That brings Wiggler up to bat, and he's looking to keep this train going as he finds himself a deep shot to deep center field. The fireball does not come. Wiggler's trying to push it for two, and he will be able to find that. Which brings about Petey Piranha. King K. Rool stays out trying to retire him instead of bringing in Wario this early. Petey Piranha is going to charge and crush one to deep left field, and I think that might just be gone as well. The buddy jump does not make it in time, and that will be another home run for this Flowers roster as they jump out to a quick 4-run inning and a 3-run lead before a single out is had by this Mussels roster. And we see King K. Rool get swapped out already. I think if anything it was even too late today. And Wario coming up to try and prevent any more from happening to this Mussels team. But Green Toad will ignore all that and get himself onto base with a single. Bibble up to bat now. And he will also find himself a hit. That shell does not connect as it instead hits a table. And now there's runners on first and second. Baby Luigi up to bat now. He is going to crush one. That is amazing to see from Baby Luigi, but it goes way too far foul. And instead, we will see a double play ball, almost a triple play ball, as that Bibble just barely makes it back to first. And Green Magic Koopa, the 8th in the order, is coming up to bat here in the first inning. Wario will give up another hit here as Green Magic Koopa makes it safely on to first. And that puts runners on first and second for Yellow Magic Koopa. Yellow Mag going to take that first strike, and he's going to crush one for himself, and that one is also gone. That is a 3-run shot as we have a 7-run inning for this Flowers side, as Yellow Match, of all people, hits himself a home run, and this lead is suddenly massive for the Flowers. Sorry, words are hard. Firebro comes up to bat here, second at bat of the inning for him, and he will ground one up the middle here. That will be an out, and finally this inning comes to an end, but not without giving up 7 runs, which means the Flowers have a 6-run lead going into the top of the second. You can tell they are not happy that they lost last week and are trying to get themselves back onto the right page, as they are doing everything they can offensively. Yellow Guy, however, will find himself a leadoff hit into Daisy. Daisy does have 5 stars up now, so she can use that if necessary. But that ball will bounce off of Petey Piranha and on to Baby Luigi's path, who will make the grab. And that will do it for the inning, as it's followed up by a double play. And just like that, the Muscles are back on defense again. And facing the scariest part of this Flowers order, Daisy into Wiggler, into Petey Piranha. Luckily, they don't have to face Firebro again, but Daisy, in her own right, is a threat as she hit a solo shot in the first, but it will not matter this time as Yellow Guy is able to make that grab, and that is the first out of the inning. Wiggler will find one over the top of Paragoomba. He's likely going to try and push this for 2, and he will do just that. This ball is not making it there in time, which puts him on second with Petey Piranha coming up to the bat. He also has a 2-run shot in the first as well. We'll see if he's able to make something happen here. He will swing at the wrong ball as that Wario start pitch fooled him, but he will hit the next pitch, and that puts Wiggler on to third as he finds his way to first. And now there is runners on the corners for Green Toad. Green Toad with an opportunity to increase this lead to even more. He is going to crush one, but that will likely be caught. However, it will likely be a sacrifice fly as Wiggler pushes for home, and that will find another run. 8-1 is the scoreline now, and Wario is tired in the second inning. We've often seen Wario pitch for 4 or 5 innings before getting to this point of exhaustion, but the power of this Flowers lineup and the hits they are getting is driving him out of the game early. The question is, who comes in to pitch if he goes out now, and how screwed up is the defense if he goes out now? We will not see him leave the game yet, as Paragoomba makes a nice grab to find that final out, and they do give up 1 run, but comparatively to the bottom of the first, that's a significantly better inning. King Boo now going to be the leadoff man for this Muscles side as they try and find themselves a way back into this game. King Boo will hit one, but it will not get past Petey Piranha, one of our MVP candidates, as he makes a wonderful diving grab to find that first out. King K. Rool comes up to bat now, and he hits one into deep left field, but it will not make it all the way, and instead he will have to settle for a single off the warning track. Critter up to bat now. He has a fly out in the first. We'll see what he's able to do. He falls behind 2-0 in the count, and that will land fair. But King K. Rool is not there fast enough, as he hesitated, thinking that ball might be caught, and that means Critter just replaces him at first. Blue Pianta will find himself his second hit of the game, pushing Critter to second and putting a runner in scoring position for Wario. However, with 2 outs, he needs a hit here. And the start pitch coming out from Daisy, he will not swing, making the right call here. We'll see if Daisy sends another one out. No, she does not, and that ball lands fair. Bibble will throw that back to second, and now the bases are loaded for Queen Liz. How many times this season have we seen the bases loaded for Queen Liz? A lot. A lot of times. Fireball comes out. Bibble is unhappy with that one, and that will score a run as the bases stay loaded for Yellow Guy. Yellow Guy up to bat. Still 2 outs and the bases loaded. This ball's going to be out to center field, but Bibble will make the grab to end the inning and leave 3 runners stranded, 2 of which in scoring position. This is an 8-2 ball game going into the bottom of the third here. Green Magic Koopa is going to be the first man up. Making good contact, but Monty Mole will get there in time to secure the grab, and Wario is really trying to tell these guys that he is running out of steam. You can see the pitch is slowing down. He doesn't have the same fastballs that he had before. That ball gets up and over into deep left field as Magic Koopa secures a line drive single. And that brings about Fire Bro. He already has a solo shot and a ground out this game. He's going to deal with that star pitch of Wario, and this ball is absolutely crushed, but it will not make it all the way. And that will be caught by Yellow Guy. Yellow Madge retreating back to first, as there is 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, and the pitching change happens as they decide when going back into Daisy it is time to switch things up, and King Boo will be the guy for the job. King Boo, you're gonna need to find this out here. Otherwise, you face the Wiggler and Petey Piranha, and he will have to face at least Wiggler as Daisy gets herself a single to push Yellow Madge to second. Wiggler charging up here, and that ball is slow up the middle, but the shell comes out, and he does not make it onto base. I think that that one was safe. I don't know about that call. Frankly, I don't know about that call. You saw damn well that he was on the plate already. Maybe it's they're tracking his back legs. I don't know how they're doing it. He has so many, you maybe wonder, what are they calling him safe or out based off of? But either way, I'm surprised to see him out at first there. And a quick 2 outs for this Muscle side. Meaning a home run though? Oh no. Sorry, my bad. It really looked like that stayed fair for a second as King Boo finds himself out at the hands of Bibble as well. And that's 3 up, 3 down with an almost home run foul ball from King Boo. And they are still down by 6. Petey Piranha is going to be the leadoff guy here. Normally you love to see people ahead of him so he can try and send them home. This time, though, he's going to have to get himself on base first. And falling behind 0-2 in the count, we'll see if King Boo's able to make this work. A start pitch coming out. That ball is fair because it hits off Blue Pianta, meaning Petey Piranha safely gets to first. But does not opt to push that to second despite that ball going wild into foul territory. Green Toad going to look to follow this up. He's going to crush one into deep right. But this will be caught by Yellow Guy despite the boo, meaning Petey Piranha has to retreat himself back to first. Bibble going to find himself a double to advance Petey Piranha to third. And now Baby Luigi with 2 runners in scoring position. What will he be able to do? We've not seen a lot from him offensively this season. But as I say it, he will get a solid hit. And Bibble will run back to second because Petey Piranha did not go. I don't know why Petey Piranha didn't decide to run. Maybe he knows something we don't. But Green Magikoopa comes up with the bases loaded. And that one will slide through the crack. This time Petey Piranha does realize he has to run. And that will be another run batted in. And King Boo will get taken off the mound. That brings Queen Liz up to pitch. Into Yellow Magikoopa. Start pitch coming out here. Finds that first strike. Finds a second strike here as well. And the start pitch for the third. But the start hit comes out and that lands safely for a single. Bibble makes his way home. Baby Luigi holds off at third. He thought about trying to push it, but he did not. And that brings about Fire Bro with the bases loaded up by 8. Queen Liz here trying to get them out of this jam, but instead that will be a single, an RBI single for Fire Bro. 2 RBI single, excuse me. As 2 more runs find their way all the way home. And now Daisy comes up to bat with 2 runners on, one of which is on third. And only 1 out so far this inning. And Daisy will make another good hit as that finds another run for Yellow Madge and herself a double to put 2 runners in scoring position for Wiggler. As this lead has increased to 11. This time, Wiggler's not going to swing on that first pitch. Instead, will slap hit and find something up the middle. That will secure another run, being the lead to 12. And Queen Liz is going to be running out of gas as she is going to need to be taken off the mound soon, too. Petey Piranha with runners on first and third. Only 1 out, second time at bat this inning. This time, he will hit a single up the middle. And that will load the bases for Green Toad. Green Toad gonna slap it here, find another single up the middle. Shy Guy gets hit with the Yellow Guy, which means another 2 runs have scored. And Paragoomba gets brought to the mound to replace Queen Liz as this Muscles team is now trailing by 14. The outfield chemistry is all out of whack. The infield is out of whack. Everything is off. They do manage to escape the inning, but not before giving up 8 and falling behind 14. They have 3 innings to make up 14 runs, and this game is looking so far out of reach. It is crazy, as they haven't even gotten Daisy off of the mound yet. King K. Rool, though, may have just found himself a solo shot. We'll see if the buddy jump is able to make it there. It is not, as that ball makes it above Bibble and into the outfield. For the second time today, we've seen this weird thing where they just kind of freeze there after not making the grab. It's like, hey, I wasn't able to get there. And that cuts the lead to 13. If you're a basketball fan, you may remember that iconic Chris Paul moment where he hit a massive 3 in the 4th quarter in Game 7 to cut the lead to 35. It's like that, but for baseball. And Petey Piranha this time will make the grab to get Critter out. Daisy, however, is tired, so maybe you're getting her off the mound soon. It is, however, the 5th already, which means all you need is an inning out of Green Madge, an inning out of Yellow Madge, and this game is just wraps. We'll see how much longer she opts to stay in, though, as Wario comes up to bat now with no runners on and 2 outs. And 13 runs down. I genuinely believe we could turn this ball game off and there would be 0 chance that this game is being competitive.
Not what you expected to see out of the 4-0 Muscles. This team is undefeated going into this game, and they are trailing by 13. Baby Luigi unable to find himself another hit. He's had a good game so far, though. I believe he has 2 hits already, which is like practically what he had for the rest of the season. So, you love to see it from him. He's making moves. Green Mage, though, takes up that first strike swinging with a 2-0 count, and instead will not be able to squeeze one up the middle here as Critter makes the grab and finds the out. If you're like me, the sooner you get these outs, the better, because then we get to all go home and don't have to watch this embarrassment of a game. Yellow Mage, though, doesn't want that to happen just yet. He's like, hey, let's run this up a little more. Let's get this run differential the best we can. As he finds himself a single, and Firebro comes up to bat now. He is going to crush one to deep center field, and that is gone. That is another 2-run shot as Firebro finds his second home run of the game. Am I tripping? He only has 2, right? I think so. I'm starting to lose it. I can't. It's all blurring. We have a 15-run lead here in the 5th inning. Daisy looking to extend that to 16 as she finds herself a homer as well. And suddenly this game is even more of a blowout as this lead is up to 16. Oh my goodness gracious me. Wiggler comes up to bat now. He hasn't had his first home run yet. We'll see if maybe he can, but nope, not today as he grounds out. And that ends the inning. Bringing back up the Muscles. They need 16 runs across 2 innings to tie this game up and send it to extras. They also don't have any more pitchers to put into the game. They just... they have Paragoomba on the mound, and that's the best they can do, which is not what you want to see. Daisy, however, is tired. She does get the first out here in the top of the 6th. We still are yet to see them decide that it's time to bring in one of the Magic Koopas. Yellow guy will swing at that start pitch. The Pow's coming out, and that will allow him to be safe at first. And that is the call now. Daisy is off the mound. Green Magikarp is up. It's his opportunity. He is the closer for this squad. Well, one of the 2 closers. And Petey Piranha will make the grab. Will not be able to turn the double play. But he is able to make a nice diving grab to prevent this game going on much longer. Paragoomba up to bat now into Green Mage. Okay. He will make solid contact, but that is snagged by Firebro. And that is it for the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th now. This could be, will be, the Flowers' last chance to bat this game. We'll see if they decide to push this lead run differential, or the run differential even higher, or if they just say, okay, that was enough now, let's ease off. Petey Piranha, he's slap hitting. He's not trying to hit homers there. He knows what time it is. He knows that it's garbage time. He knows that the fans have checked out. Nobody's watching anymore. Toad with the same. He just hits one. A light tap into left field. They both swinging on that first pitch. Bibble, same thing for him. First pitch swing. They're done. And that will do it for the bottom of the 6th. Now, it is still possible, but we would need a 16-run inning here. And King Boo as the leadoff. We'll see if that's going to be possible right here. If he hits a home run and they just hit 16 home runs in a row, then maybe it's doable. The Pow comes out and hits Bibble on the head. King Boo secures his spot at first. That brings up King K. Rool. He has a homer so far today. But it's been pretty fucking meaningless. We'll see if he's able to make something happen here, and he will swing and miss at that ball. Another chance, but that is snagged by Firebro, and King Boo will have to retreat to first. And suddenly the scariest person in their lineup is out. Everybody knows this game is completely over, that it's a complete wash. But Critter thinks that maybe there's still a chance as he's trying to send one out of the park, but instead Bibble will catch that and say, no, we're done, man. Like, pack it up. Let's go home. We got more baseball to watch. We got the Jays game on tonight. Jays and Dodgers World Series. Blue Pionta will drift one foul. He tried to get a homer. Tried to pad the stats a little. And instead he will hit a single. And still pad the stats a little. But, I mean, not the same as the homer. Wario comes up to bat with 2 runners on. You can't think he's got to be taking this too seriously. I'm amazed they're still going for hits. I'm amazed they're still trying to put up a fight. Even with the bases loaded here, Queen Liz, even if she were to hit a grand slam, you are still down by 12. And you have 1 out to work with. Like, it just doesn't make sense to be trying to score more runs here. Green Madge, however, will give up a run as Queen Liz drives one home. We'll see if Yellow Guy is able to keep this run going, if they think they actually have a chance at this. Maybe if he hits something here, we got to start believing that there is a shot. But that looks like it should just be caught by Bibble. The Boo comes out, but Bibble does not care. He already got under it. He makes the grab, and that is the ball game. 19-4.
19-4. What do you say about a 19-4 game? Like, you don't. There's nothing to say about it. Hey guys, 19. They had 19 fucking runs. This was supposed to be a close battle. This was supposed to be a great game. A battle of 2 of the best teams in the league. And instead, what we got was a absolute blowout. It's like this would be the result of a 1 versus 8. Like this is like the best and worst. No. You know what we got? We got this. So, I mean, I don't really understand why we're here. My shit had bugged again. That's why I switched off. MVP to nobody's surprise. One of the greatest players in this league, Petey Piranha. I don't got much to say. Flowers played amazing. They really did. And the Muscles, they got some runs on the board, but their defense was not there. Their pitching was not there. They just gave up too many runs. And that is it for our games today, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in to Week 5 of McGee's Super Sluggers League. Loving to have you. Look forward to next week. Thank you.